Hey guys, it's Derek here, and we're going to make a quick video here, and it's a special video. I got Mike here also.
Hello.
Hey, it's Mike!
Hey,
and we're going to try to shoot this all in one shot, and so if we're making a mistake, sorry about that, but we have an announcement to make. So last year we made this cool video series about buying a car. It was a Volkswagen Golf. We bought it for the purpose of doing a frozen lake driving event that was really sweet. And I did like 3 or 4 videos of it, but then never actually showed any of the ice racing on it. And so I've got that video coming to you maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. It's still in the editing process, but we're doing that event again this year, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. Whoa! Yes! Amazing face! and the way that... Get you in the frame there. The way that we're going to mix it up is instead of me picking a car to buy, you guys actually get to pick the car that we're going to buy. And that's going to be super fun for you, because I know there are a lot of people who are like, I want to buy a car from Japan, but I don't actually have any money. Or maybe there aren't a lot of people that are like that, but definitely that's me. And so in this case, I'm going to give you guys a budget, and you get to pick which car that you buy from auction. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you later in the video how exactly you do that. Just quickly. Do you know the password to this computer?
I do not.
All right, you hold the camera and look cool.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Our dirty office. So, go time, not go time.
Technical difficulties.
We're going to shoot this all in one shot without editing. So I'm going to show you using this screen. You know how to zoom?
No.
It's this one here.
All right.
This is how you, this screen here, that's how you check the auctions and then pick the cars. We will go over that in a sec, but I want to get more of Mike here. And I'm going to tell you a couple of things about picking the cars, though. I expect a lot of people to be sending in these requests for cars, and so we're going to go over what the criteria are. And I want everybody to listen pretty closely here, because if you don't get this right, we're going to get a whole bunch of cars that we can't actually buy. Flip the screen out, casting couch on the side there. Okay, you want to hold this? Okay.
I don't know. Should I? It's my first time.
First time on the casting couch. Wait a second.
No.
So.
Wait, is this the thumbnail?
So, Mike.
What would I do for a raise?
Okay, so here are the things that we need. Point form from you guys to make sure that you're sending in the right kind of cars. So first one here is the price. We don't have unlimited money, and so we got a set budget here. What's the budget, Mike?
400,000 yen.
And you're going to have to check on the calculator, like online calculator, to find out how much that is in your currency. But 400,000 yen at the moment is right around 3,500 US dollars or so. So it's for Japanese cars, especially older ones, it's a fairly fair budget. But a lot of the coolest cars, the Skylines, RX-7s, that sort of thing, definitely wouldn't be within that budget. But what's cool about the Japanese auctions is there's a lot of really interesting, really low-priced cars, and so that's what I'm really looking for. Next one, it's going to be driving on the lake. Oh, what's the next one?
It has to have plates on it.
This is the most important thing, and it's going to be the biggest pain in the butt for you guys, because you need to have plates on the car, and only about 30 to 40% of the cars have plates on them. If the car doesn't have plates, we can't actually drive it on the lake. So don't send us any cars that don't have license plates on them. And you can look in the pictures to see if it has the license plate on it. It's a little square thing that goes in the license plate place on the car.
Yeah, it's like an edit over it, right? So they block out the number plate?
Some of the auctions do.
Okay. Not all.
Only of the USS ones. Okay, drivetrain. Last year we had a 4-wheel drive car, but it actually turned out that the 4-wheel drive was broken. It was only front-wheel drive, and it was really not fun to drive a front-wheel drive car on the ice. And so rule, no front-wheel drive. It can be rear-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. It can be auto or manual. Both of those is okay, but manual is likely going to be 2 to 3 times more expensive for the same car. And so you can get a better car if you go with an automatic transmission, but manual is probably easier to sell when it comes time to sell it. which is the next point too. This is a car that I need to buy, and then I need to be able to sell it. And so you're going to want to pick a car that is in at least appropriate enough condition to make it a little bit easy to sell. Meaning that because cars are easiest to sell if they're 25 years old because they're importable to the USA. So over 25 years old is a really good price. I can't speak. Over 25 years old is not a good price. It's a good year for me to be able to resell it. And then the other one, note here, it says not hot garbage. That means we're going to be driving to Nagano and we need to not break down on the way up there and the way back. So we can't buy an RX-7. I'm sorry.
All the way there.
And something that's cool or interesting. Okay, so the way it's going to work is you guys will send in your requests. I'll pick which ones that I think are the most interesting out of all of those ones. And then I'm going to make another video where I'll show those cars to the public, all of them. And then you get to vote on which car do you think is the best. And then the best, like 3 or 4 or 5, I'm going to select a bidding price for, and then I'll bid on those ones. And so that's the process of it. Let's quickly go over here. It's Mike Cam. Mike, it's Mike Cam. Hold the camera here.
Mike Cam.
Okay, so I picked out a few cars here that I think would be interesting. You'll have a look here. Make sure that you pull in really close. Maybe zoom in so that they can see the screen pretty well, because we're not going to use any screen capture software because we're shooting this all in one take. And so I've got a number of cars here. We'll go over them. First one here. This is a Toyota Crown. It's a JZS 171 or 173 or 175, depending on the drivetrain. You can get it with a 2JZ engine. You can get it with a 1J turbo engine. You can get it in 4-wheel drive in different combinations. Like, for example, the 4-wheel drive one only comes with the 1J non-turbo. There's no turbo 4-wheel drive. Turbo only comes with the rear-wheel drive one. And then only automatic transmission for this one. But this is the car I wanted to get last year because it looks big and comfortable. You can store a lot of stuff in it. And you can put people in the back. Actually, the generation before this has this. I don't know if this generation does. I think it does, but it has like rear-facing seats, which I think would be really fun for ice drifting. Second car here, it looks like a JZX 100, but you can get these in 4-wheel drive, which is very cool too. They're called the JZX 105, and that's the 4-wheel drive version. Non-turbo 1JZ. The rear-wheel drive one would be too expensive, I think, for the 400,000. Maybe we can get one with an automatic transmission.
Yeah. High mileage, maybe.
Cool car. This one here is a Caldina. It is based on the Celica ST205 GT4, but it's the station wagon version. You get 4-wheel drive, turbocharged 2-liter engine, 280 horsepower, and flappy paddle shifting. Very cool car there.
So now that one's Canada legal.
Yeah, this one's Canada legal. This one's Canada legal. This one's Canada. None of these are U.S. legal yet. I don't know why I was... Oh, that was supposed to be a Stagia. I'll pick that up now. Stagia is another 4-wheel drive wagon. They're cool. This is what they look like. This one's kind of boring. Sometimes people put on an R34 front end. That's cool. Lots of people apparently. This is what it looks like without the R34 front end. I think this is a video game. Yeah, but still. RB25 single turbo 260 horsepower, automatic or manual. Manuals are quite a bit more expensive. On to the next one here. Forester. Forester is basically like an Impreza. Comes with a single turbo EJ20 250 to 280 horsepower. Really, really cheap, so you can get a cool one or a good one. Celica ST205. These are getting into the sports cars. Probably a little bit harder to buy something like this because they're more expensive. Like these ones, no automatics with these, and then a manual is going to be like bottom 350, somewhere in there. So might be able to get one of these, but I love these cars and I've always wanted to have one, so would be something interesting to look at. Impreza, a GDA could be had within that budget, even with a 5-speed manual, but a GDB, the STI version, probably not. This one here also. Zoom in.
Oh, Itasha. Bonus points.
Those girls look underage. Why put underage girls onto a car? Okay, Altezza, and surprise, I was looking up images on the Google image search, and I found a picture that I took with the camera.
Oh, yeah.
This camera, actually a different lens, but the same camera. So Altezza, rear-wheel drive, 6-speed manual, and definitely available within budget there. A Legacy. Legacy is kind of like a Stagia, but the Subaru version. Kind of like a Forester, but the station wagon version. Kind of like an Impreza, but the station wagon version.
Sweet looking.
280 horsepower. Lots of room. 4-wheel drive. Oh, here's another thing. I didn't really check into this, but the 4-wheel drive system does matter because some cars are going to be able to turn all 4 wheels at a time. Some cars will only be able to turn 2 or 1 at a time. And so if you guys know more about 4-wheel drive than I do, please select good cars. This one here is the Alto Works, which you can get in 4-wheel drive. And only the 4-wheel drive version would be good because the front-wheel drive one would be pretty bad. K cars are almost all the same. This one is very similar to this car, which is the K Works. Same engine, same chassis, slightly different looks, made around the same generation. This one is US legal. This one's not US legal yet. This one's a, this one's a Subaru Vivio. I couldn't find a good picture of it, so I found a picture of a toy. It comes with a supercharger, which is cool for a K car, and 4-wheel drive, and it looks like a little Impreza, and so it's really cool.
Mini Impreza.
Couple more. I think it would be really funny to do it in a 7 Series or an S-Class. And so you can get a 7 Series in 4-wheel drive, but I think a rear-wheel drive would be more fun because rear-wheel drive would be more drifting. And the last one here, an S-Class. Both of these can be had for very cheap prices right now because they're old. The only thing I would be worried about is the hot garbageness of these two, and so do be careful about that. And that's it. Now, how to send it in. So, you need to go to your email client, which I don't think that we have. I actually can't bring it up because there will be personal emails in there. And then send us an email. The email address is info@pacificcoastjdm.com. Zoom into that big time and make sure that they can see it.
Yeah. Focus.
So send an email there. And I want you to send the link to the thing that you're looking at. So if you're looking at an AutoZam that might not exist. Accela, which is front wheel drive, so don't pick it. Okay. And then copy this link. Zoom in again.
Focus.
So copy that link. You just Control-C, go to the email, Control-V, and then send it in to us. And then we're going to do this pretty quick, so you got to send these in pretty quick. We want to do our purchasing this week because we only have 1 month until the time that we're going to be doing the lake driving. And in that time, we need to bring the car in. We need to check it to make sure that if it's going to break down. We need to get registration changed into our name, which takes a while because the police have to come and spot the car in our driving because that's part of the registration process. And so don't forget, it needs to have plates on it. That's the #1 thing. Don't send any cars that don't have plates. This car here doesn't have plates. Don't send it in. Let's look at the other ones. Now you can see here if they have plates, or see this one that says inspection here. If it has a number in the inspection here, that means it has plates. So you can see of these ones, roughly half of them have it. And it needs to have at least inspection until 2019 February. Which almost all of them that have plates will have it for that long. So that's it. Send us in some cars, and we're going to purchase one that you choose. Isn't that amazing, Mike? Turn the camera to your face and do an amazing face.
Wow, it's amazing!
And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So let's see what you guys can pick for us. We're going to start checking those emails within a few minutes after we're done posting this video. So go to it.
Woo!
Bye for now.